It's fitting for a program that's already been involved in so much history in such a short amount of time to play a role in creating some more. You're looking at brand new TD-ECU Stadium, the home of the Houston Cougars. UTSA, the first ever opponents in that new facility as we kick off the 2014 season. Welcome to UTSA Football Insider. I am Hector Ledesma. Over the next 3 months, we're going to have some Roadrunner fun each and every week, from sitting down with Coach Larry Coker to game previews and recaps to features on the entire campus community, including spotlighting the first senior class to spend all 4 years at UTSA. We're going to cover it all as the Roadrunners vie for their first ever bowl appearance. What a ride it's been for UTSA football already. So much has happened since 2011, it's easy to forget the Roadrunners have only been playing football for 40 years. In that inaugural season, UTSA set an NCAA attendance record for the largest average home attendance for a new program, with more than 35,500 per game. An 8-4 season followed as the Roadrunners joined the WAC. Then came year one in Conference USA. 5 straight wins to end the season, 7-5 overall, as the program just missed playing in the league's title game. And guess what? The Roadrunners have loads, and we mean loads, of guys coming back. 21 starters return, including 5 who are on preseason watch lists for national awards. Senior center Nate Leonard enters the year with the distinction of being the only player who started in every one of the 34 games UTSA football has ever played. While Leonard is an early candidate for the Remington Trophy, fellow offensive lineman Scott Inskeep is an early candidate for the Lombardi Award. We're going to sit down with Scott later in today's show. Receiver Cam Jones is also a senior. He's on the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose watch list for the best collegiate player in Texas with ties to our state. On defense, Robert Singletary, like Inskeep, is also on the watch list for the Lombardi Award, given to the nation's top interior lineman. And cornerback Tristan Wade, his name is on the Thorpe Award watch list, which goes to the country's top defensive back. As for the ultimate returnee, that would be the man who's not only at the top of the program, but who's built it from the ground up. Larry Coker's enjoyed a winning percentage of better than 54 at UTSA. And if that doesn't wow you, the circumstances under which he's enjoyed back-to-back winning seasons should. We sat down with the former national champ at Miami for the first Coker's Corner of the season. Well, Coach, you've enjoyed success at the highest level. So I'm sure if I were to ask if these first 3 years could have gone any better, you would say, well, yeah, it would have been nice to go 34-0. But realistically, given the task at hand when you got to UTSA and the building of a program, could things really, realistically, have gone any better since they've gone, since year one for the program?
Well, Hector, they could have gone better, but I think I understand your question, and you're right, because I'm so proud of our program, our leadership we have here, our players we've had here that really bought in with nothing. Young players stepped up and were able to win and graduate. I'm excited about that.
How early on, I should ask, did you look at the program and did you think, we're on the right track here? Because I know you had, from day one, the vision was there. Right. But was there a moment of reinforcement that let you know we're on a great track here?
Well, I think this, when we were able to beat some of the teams that we beat, you look even last year being a North Texas team and being a Tulane team, bowl teams, and being able to play some good teams pretty close. I know Oklahoma State, we scored 35 points on them a year ago, and certainly you're not happy with not winning, but where we are, you need to see progress, and we're seeing progress.
Every year seems like the program reaches another milestone. You know, for first year of football, first year in the WAC, first year in Conference USA. Here comes the first chance to play in a bowl game. Right. And for all intents and purposes, when folks look at this program and what you've done with it, they think a bowl game's realistically within reach. Is that kind of, how have you guys handled that? Because forever you guys were the new kids on the block, and now that you're not anymore, but now that some expectation comes with where you guys are.
Well, we have a lot of seniors. We have a large senior class, and I meet individually with every player in the off season, and every player said their goal was to go to a bowl game and to win a bowl game. Is it realistic? I think it's realistic. I think we can do that. Again, we've got to win the games. Our early schedule is very, very tough, so we've got to win the number of games to qualify. We qualified the last couple of years, I guess, but weren't eligible to go. But I think this year it's realistic. I think we've got a big challenge ahead of us. And for this program, for these players and this coaching staff, I certainly hope we can do that.
What are you most proud of when you look at where the program is now as to where it was when you guys first started it?
Well, I'm proud of these players. They bought in and with nothing, and we had so many players that really maybe didn't have scholarships or walk-ons here, or maybe didn't make it at other schools and decided to come here and really played well as a team. I guess I'm very proud of that. We've had some great kids, but also some good talent. When I saw this job, I knew there's a lot of talent in Texas. And they don't all go to UT, or they don't all go to A&M. And I think it's a situation where I knew we had a chance to be successful. We have good players here.
You mentioned the good players being in this area. And you guys have done a heck of a job of recruiting the area and recruiting all of South Texas. How proud are you of the fact that you guys have not only won, but you won with guys from the city, from the area, and from the region as well?
Well, that was my goal to begin with. Again, we're going to recruit San Antonio in the area and then work out. We're not going, I'm from Florida, or was in Florida, from Oklahoma. We're going to recruit San Antonio. We have over 30 players from this area. 90% of our players are from the state of Texas, and we're proud of that. We've got outstanding players here. We've got a few from Oklahoma. We've got a few from Florida, but not very many. We're going to recruit great players everywhere. Wherever they can play, we'll recruit them. But again, we want to center in San Antonio and center in South Texas.
When the team talks about goals for this season, if you wouldn't mind taking me through what those goals might be for 2014.
Well, again, I think the first thing is to win. As I mentioned earlier, we want to win a championship. We want to go to a bowl game, and I mean conference championship, and we think that's realistic. We think we have a chance to do that. Win a conference championship, go to a bowl game, win a bowl game, and we want to graduate our players. I think from the players' standpoint, that's the big thing for them.
Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you very much, Coach. Much appreciated. Thank you. 6 home games for Coach Coker and the Roadrunners in 2014. Best way to get your tickets, go UTSA.com. Time for today's trivia question. No cheating here. Can you remember the opponent and the score of UTSA's first ever football game? Bonus points if you come up with the date too. Or just getting started right here on UTSA Football Insider. Up next, we're going to hear from the players. A new look for the Roadrunners this year. And later, we got spirit, yes we do. Football fever is back and the UTSA campus is not immune when the UTSA Football Insider continues. Well, it won't be long now before the start to the 2014 season for UTSA. TD ECU Stadium about to open its doors. UTSA hopes to come barging in. For the third straight year, the Roadrunners will open on the road. Great results the previous two when they won at South Alabama in 2012 and at New Mexico last year. But unlike in those other two openers, UTSA going to have a different look this time around. They got the new helmets, white, with that matte look. Very, very sharp. And on the back of the helmet, a logo of the Alamo. Yet another great way to signal the start of a brand new year. And the Roadrunners are hoping for different results from the last time they met the University of Houston. Cougars got a big win here at the Dome last year. So not only a chance for redemption, but also a chance to do it on a night when the Cougs open their new stadium. What a great challenge the good guys have in front of them.
For me personally, it's my last year. Going out with the bang like this is pretty exciting, you know, and not to mention Coach Jeffrey was our wide receivers coach last year, and Coach Bush is over there, and our former quarterback Eric Souza is there. So, I mean, this game is like something kind of big for us, you know. Like, we got all those guys over there that play with us, coach with us, and it's going to be a big game, and I'm pretty sure everyone's excited for it.
Great team, obviously, you know, everyone knows what happened last year, you know. Real close game, block kick, you know, and lots of turnovers. So, you know, we've been really focused on, like, protecting the ball and stuff like that.
We know it's going to be a hostile environment. We know that 90% of the crowd will be against us, which is awesome, you know, But I'm more than ready, really, so.
Like UTSA, U of H also has tons of guys returning. 20 of their starters are back from a team that went 8-5. So the Cougars took pretty much the opposite path. Won their first 5 before going 3-5 the rest of the way. From the players to their coach, Tim Griffin of the Express News caught up with the man leading the charge over at U of H.
I'm here with Tony Levine, the head football coach of the University of Houston. As the Cougars prepare for the opening of the season, obviously, Tony, there's going to be a lot of excitement coming up with you guys opening your brand new stadium on campus. What's that going to mean for the program?
Well, we got a lot of excitement. Again, TDECU Stadium, they've been talking about it now for a long time, and it became reality really a few years ago. You know, last year we were off campus for the whole season at what was then Reliance Stadium, and then played 2 games at BBVA Compass Stadium, a soccer stadium here in town. And it'd be good to get back on campus. I think our alumni base, our fan support, certainly our current students are excited, and I know everyone within our program can't wait to get back on campus as well. There's nothing like college football, and I think it generates a lot of excitement, and again, to be able to be on Cullen Boulevard here in Houston and have our students to be able to get in the new stadium, and certainly our student athletes is something we've been talking about with our recruits for the last couple of years, and to see it become a reality now is a lot of excitement.
Obviously, you guys had a chance to play UTSA last year. Very close game at the Alamo Dome that you blew out with 5 turnovers. You turned into points in the fourth quarter. What do you take from that game last season?
Well, we've certainly got a lot of respect for UTSA. Coach Coker's done a great job there, and I had someone tell me about a week ago it's a young program, and I certainly disagreed with that statement right away. While it's only been here for 4 years, I think on paper it's the most experienced program in the country, being that there's I think 19 starters back, and I believe they're all seniors. So we've got a lot of respect for them. The score certainly of the game last year was not indicative of how close that game was, and again, we're very familiar with their student athletes. We recruited a number of them, and certainly they were familiar with a number of ours, and going on the road as well. So it'll be a great challenge. I think it's going to be a great football game. And again, they are very, very, very talented. It's no surprise to see that they won 7 games last year, and I think they're going to have a very, very successful season again this year.
Tony, you guys moved to the AAC last season, were a competitor until late in the regular season last year. What do you feel like the move of the conference has meant for the program?
Well, a year ago we moved conferences. We went to the American Athletic Conference, and the American has a TV contract with ESPN. So that the combination of the conference and the TV contract has given us great exposure. It's certainly helped in recruiting, and I think it's helped just with our getting our program out there nationally. So it's something we're looking forward to. It's fun to tell your student athletes you got a chance to play on national TV every week, and I think again with the new stadium, I think it'll be a great showcase, at least for both programs, and certainly TDECU Stadium on the 29th.
Tony, thanks for joining us. Good luck this year.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
As for our guys, the rest of the season shapes up like this. The dome opener is Thursday against Arizona. Then it's back on the road for always tough Oklahoma State. After a bye, it's out to Boca Raton for Florida Atlantic. October brings New Mexico to San Antonio for an afternoon kick. FIU visits a week later on the 11th. Off to Louisiana Tech the next weekend before UTEP comes calling on October 25th. Roadrunners get their second bye before starting November at the defending conference champion Rice Owls. Southern Mississippi is here on November 13th at Western Kentucky the weekend before Thanksgiving, before rounding out the regular season on November 29th at home against North Texas. And you see at the bottom there, the Conference USA Championship game set for December 6th. Coming up on the UTSA Football Insider, we sit down with one of the cornerstones of the program, a big guy who plays very big, right after this. Coach Larry Coker accepting the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Did not challenge anybody else to do it, at least not on camera. Wondering, though, if he'll nominate one of the UTSA 18. Speaking of, he is a preseason all-conference selection. Based on what he's already done at UTSA, easy to see why. We caught up with Scott Inskeep, a guy who's been key to the Roadrunners' previous success and will be huge this season as well.
So as one of the 18 seniors who's been here since day one, you guys affectionately refer to as the 18 around here. When you go through what you guys have been through to where you are now, is it kind of dizzying when you think about coming that far in just such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, the 18 that we're here, we know how hard it's been and the stuff like that, like coming here with absolutely nothing, practicing at a high school stadium, just all the work we put in. It seems like we just got here yesterday. We were meeting each other for the first time, and now that we're finally here and we're all seniors and this is our last hurrah, we're excited.
How proud are you of the fact that you've been such a big part of where the program is now, considering it started just 3 years ago?
I mean, all of us are extremely proud. I mean, coming here, we didn't have anyone to look forward to, see what our program was going to be, and the fact that we built it and this is what it is now, and how everyone's come together, especially the city of San Antonio, and supporting us. Like, it's great.
You've started 33 of the 34 games the program's played in its history, in its short history. That's got to be something that's pretty satisfying for you to know that you've accomplished that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of starts in there, and just a lot of experience, and I'm proud to play in each and every one of those games. They've been a lot of fun. I remember all of them for one thing or another, and it's been a great ride.
I think a big reason that folks around here are so proud of the program is not only because of how well they've done, but the fact that you guys are doing it with local guys and South Texas guys. So as a South Texas guy, having gone to the McAllen High School, how neat for you is that to have come from McAllen, now enjoy the kind of success you're enjoying here with the Roadrunners as well?
It's great. I love being that sort of role model for people. I mean, a lot of us weren't really looked at by a bunch of schools, but we came here and we're with a chip on our shoulder kind of. We've started this program, hard work, dedication, everything that we put into this, and the fact just to see it grow, it's pretty awesome.
It seems like every year you guys are celebrating a first because the program's so new. You know, first year ever of football.
There's a lot of records being set.
Absolutely, and you said it right. You said it right there. That being said, you took the question right there. Is do you guys look like you're setting a foundation because with every year, you guys are essentially setting the foundation that is going to be UTSA football for years and years and years to come?
Exactly. That's on all of our minds. I mean, we know that we're going to come back someday and be like, we started this program. Like, look how good they're doing. When they're in that national championship, be like, yeah, we started that program right there. And it's going to be great.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Scott.
Still to come, you know football's about more than just the guys on the field. Aaron Carreño stops by for a look around campus when the UTSA Football Insider returns. Don't forget, go UTSA.com to get your tickets. 6 home games in 2014. And how about some big games involving Conference USA on this opening weekend? Florida Atlantic visits former Steel star Tommy Armstrong in 22nd ranked Nebraska. Rice starts the new year at number 17 Notre Dame. David Robinson's son Corey, a receiver for the Irish. Louisiana Tech travels to Norman for a date with Reagan grad Trevor Knight and the Sooners. And North Texas goes up against UT in Charlie Strong's first game up in Austin. You know, it is an exciting time across the college football world, and one of the big reasons everyone's so amped up, well, hello, the atmosphere. And that's why Aaron Carreño joins us now. Aaron, I know it's not hard to find folks who are stoked about UTSA football right now.
No, it definitely is not. And when you think about football, sure, the first thing that comes to mind is the actual sport itself. But when was the last time that you went to a game that didn't feature cheerleaders or the dance team on the sideline or the band up in the stands? After all, college football is about more than just the football. While the football team takes the field, the cheerleaders are hitting the mat not once, not twice, but 3 times a day. Something rookie cheerleader Maya Tia is getting accustomed to.
It's like really different. With All-Stars, I was just used to being like taught a routine and having to go out there and perform it. With collegiate cheer, it's more so a lot of game day stuff, and I've never really been a game day cheerleader, so it's definitely going to take a lot of like adapting for me to get used to how things work down here, but I'm up for it.
Only days away from the home opener, Maya reminisces on her journey to UTSA, which all started over a year ago.
I'm from Bealton, Virginia, and I came down here last year for recruitment weekend. Jason, the head coach, had emailed me and contacted me about possibly like cheering there the next year. So he invited me down for like a weekend during football season. So I got to have like VIP access at the football game and like sit by the cheerleaders and actually get to like watch them. And like after that first practice, my heart was set on UTSA. So I spent the whole year like working on my skills so I could try out for the team. And when I made it, I was super excited.
As Maya awaits her first game as a collegiate cheerleader, she says she's excited to perform in front of all those 50,000 fans.
I'm really excited to see how far UTSA football is going to go this year. I know that like there's great expectations for them, and I'm excited to cheer for them and like hopefully help them win tons of games this year and get them to the bowl.
Aaron, great job. I know you're going to join us every week to kind of spotlight the supporters who normally don't get a whole lot of attention around campus.
Yes, sir, I will. And a lot like the game of football, there are a lot of neat aspects to the UTSA campus. It'll be my pleasure to show you just how much football has come to mean to the community.
Aaron, again, thank you very much. Let's answer our trivia question today. Who was the opponents and what was the final score of UTSA's first ever football game? That would be Northeastern State. Roadrunners won it big, 31-3. By the way, September 3rd, 2011, the dates. The Roadrunners are a perfect 3-0 in season openers when you include those 2 away games we mentioned at the top of the show. Let's see if they can make it 4 for 4. It is almost here. First game of the brand new season, 8 o'clock start time from the new TD-ECU Stadium, down out-10 East. That is all the time we've got on this first UTSA Football Insider of 2014. We will see you next week when the Roadrunners go against Arizona. For Tim Griffin, Aaron Carreño, and all of the great folks at UTSA, have a great one, everybody.